We have a pickup. It's not double value pack accent light. Something else from eBay. Should be something else. If I could get it open. I don't think I bought styrofoam. Packed very well. I don't understand the part of being a seller. I just like the part of collecting. It should be a figure inside all this stuff. Yep. Biggest figure of them all. The Big Show. I think Big Show is the biggest figure of them all. Any wrestler, I think, is a Big Show. A little bit crooked. Head moves slightly. Head's a little bit wobbly. The head is a little bit wobbly. That's why it's probably put up on eBay. But I think it wasn't standing. Should be fine. Big Show, put the feet the right way. I grew up watching Big Show. I used to have seen a couple matches of him. He's got that tattoo on his arms. It's an expensive figure to get. Pays slightly more. Over $50 for him. He's even like all the way up to $80 or $100. So heads are slightly wobbly, but he does have the holes on the feet, so I have to buy more feet fans as well. I wasn't gonna get Big Show, but he came at a good price. It's a little bit over $50, but still worth it because it's a $100 figure. Head's slightly wobbly. Well, when you're jiggling it back and forth, you don't notice it, but when you start to move it, it does feel slightly like it's loose. I can feel it knocking. So, but once you stand them, position it, it should be fine on display. And if you're one that wants to play with them, then you're gonna probably break the head, or you're gonna probably. I wonder if there's some glue I could put on it, or if it's supposed to be like that. Maybe you can let me know if yours is this way as well. Big Show is saying yes. Yep. They're supposed to be like that. Maybe they're supposed to be loose like that. But none of mine are this loose, except for Big Show. I think Big Show is saying yes, it's supposed to be like that. The biggest figure I have is the Big Show so far. I don't think nobody's going to come close to him. Maybe Yokozuna. Maybe a Big John Studd. But Big Show, I think, is the biggest figure ever produced in wrestling. In my opinion, I think it's the Big Show. Nobody's going to beat him. Yokozuna, because he's not really a wrestler. Yokozuna is more of a sumo wrestler. So you can't really count Yokozuna as a pure wrestler in WWE or WWF. But Big Show is a pure wrestler. I don't know if you could count Big John Studd or King Kong Bundy as a big character, but I think King Kong Bundy would come close. His hands are a little bit more stiffer, so I'm guessing some kind of issue with the head. That's why they put it up. But this is usually a $100 character, $80 maybe to $100. I've seen price pretty high, but I was able to get them for around $55, $60, so that's a pretty good deal. There was a little bit on shipping, but because such a big character, other characters are listed around $80 plus shipping. So the Big Show I grew up watching. He didn't win very many titles. He would always screw up in his matches. Whenever there was a big steps, they would hit him somehow. I remember those kind of matches. He'd bounce the steps on the ropes and he'd hit himself with it or stuff like that. So sometimes he had screw-ups in his matches with steps, and he didn't win very many titles. I don't remember. He won a few of them, I think, but he's a fun character. Then he went off into doing stuff for TV, and you don't see him anymore. So that's probably a reason you don't see him anymore, because he's off wrestling and he's doing stuff for TV now. But whether or not he'll come back or not, I don't know, for a special occasion. Happy to have him. Like this, it's not really wiggling until you start to touch the head. Then you'll notice the head wobbling. But back and forth, it's kind of wobbly. It doesn't come off, so just something with the mechanics. Could probably put some super glue in there or something to hold it. If I really want it to be more secure. That's why some of these toys come on eBay, because they're slightly loose or something the seller didn't like. But these are the toys that you could get at a good deal. These are $50 to $100 toys. So sometimes these sellers just put them up because they don't like something about it, or they're just a pure reseller and they find them at flea markets for $10 and resell them for $50. But I don't have the luxury of going to flea markets. We have one flea market in our area, and I don't think they have wrestling there. So this is a Big Show that I picked up. Paid slightly more for him, but well worth it. The character I wanted to have for a while. We'll do some more older characters. I have a few memories of the Big Show. I currently don't remember what his finishing move was. But I remember seeing him on TV in certain matches or Battle Royal and stuff like that. Big man matches. So, and then he kind of went away. Thanks for watching. We had Big Show. Stand still. If you're looking for the arms move, but the arms are a little bit more stiffer. The head is just a little bit more wobbly. The feet also move. The torso, the legs move. The legs and the shoes. You can rotate the shoes. So this is all movable. That's what I love about these figures. And they come in good condition. Sometimes they're a little bit played with, or sometimes like this one's a little bit wobbly, but I can secure that a little bit more with the glue if I want to. But I think once I put it on the shelf and set the head a certain way, I think I'll be happy with it. Arms also move, they're just a little bit more stiffer. So that's a Big Show. $50 character plus a little bit more. He's about $60 to $70. So it's well worth it. I see him as much as $100, even more than that. So I was happy to get him in the collection. There's still some characters I'm looking for, so we're still at least a year or two going to be collecting on wrestling before I could do something else. Thanks for watching. We'll add some more divas over the next summer or two. We'll add some more of these wrestlers. And then maybe later on we'll get some LJN figures for display. But for now we're getting matell. There's still a handful more that I need. I'm not going to go through the names right now, but we're getting into the older characters in wrestling. A little bit older, not much older, but 80s, 90s. Thanks for watching. End of the summer, the big show.